For Brits on holiday, the impact of Brexit is already real. The British pound hit a new 31-year low, making trips abroad much more expensive today.
No one has a clue. No one's ever been in a situation before, so it's a little bit difficult to predict anything, really.
I think it will settle down. Given time, I think it will settle down.
British banks took the biggest hit on stock markets. The Royal Bank of Scotland lost nearly $16 billion in value. Barclays is down $29 billion. And the credit rating agency Standard & Poor's downgraded the UK's rating by 2 notches, saying the vote will lead to a less predictable, stable and effective policy framework in the UK.
We are determined that, unlike 8 years ago, Britain's financial system will help our country deal with any shocks and dampen them, not contribute to those shocks or make them worse.
Overall uncertainty is fueling the volatility as everyone tries to make sense of what may be next.
The whole aspect of volatility is there's a trial and error process going on before markets discover what the right level of stock markets and exchange rates actually are. So what we need is a bit of calm now. There's no reason for any of us to panic.
Easy to say, but difficult for those on trading floors around the world who are worried about markets being jittery well into the future.
Every time there's a new political risk, whether it be in Europe, whether it be the elections in the US, markets may react more sensitively than they did before the Brexit.
I think it would be incredibly complicated.
This Canadian international trade lawyer says when the process of leaving actually begins, expect more chaos, because there is a lot that will need to be renegotiated.
Acquired rights of European citizens living in England and British citizens living in Europe, and all sorts of areas of tax and security and competition law, not to get started on human rights. Almost all the laws have been passed that are related to the European Union.
Some economists believe when the dust settles, Brexit will be no bigger than a ripple for the global economy. Others compare it to the 2008 financial crisis. But commodities, the pound, banks all took a hit today because we just don't know how big the actual economic impact of the Leave vote will ultimately be. Renee Filipponi, CBC News, Toronto.